Hello, and welcome to kind of an Arcturus preview of Dwarf Fortress. So this isn't really a tutorial, but it is a test of my understanding of the Dwarf Fortress water mechanics. I still haven't messed with magma yet. This is one of my most successful forts thus far. I have actually become a barony. This is Ildamamu's Faint Crypts. It is technically a village. I have a population of 52 dwarves. I have kind of ignored the health of this. I've kind of ignored the health of this fortress while I've been working on these water mechanics. So, just to give a quick tour of the fort, we have our pastures out here. I was working on a moat, and if we go down a Z level, you can see that it's almost connected up to the river. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. If we go up here, you can see I have a wall all the way around, and I've cleared some space. That was a test in building above ground, and now I know why they say building above ground is a recipe for carpal tunnel. So we have a drawbridge here as an entrance, and also, if I zoom in and go down a Z layer, there is a ramp entrance here that goes here across these two drawbridges to the trade post. There's some human traders there I've already traded with. I have blueprinted over here, kind of a barracks style area, but I haven't really done anything with military dwarves, so I haven't really done anything with that yet. So let's go down into the main fortress. Okay, this is my main fortress. I do have planned more bedrooms down here, but this is the bedroom area here. We have our dining hall / meeting hall here. We have our kitchens up here along with our chickens. I do have a working chicken farm under here, which is good. This is kind of like our catch-all storage. This is rock storage. This all has to do with metal. Out here. So I have my ores and a lot of my coke, and then up here I have my finished bars. I'm already in steel production here, so good. So let's zoom out a little bit. Well, let's talk about fluid mechanics. So there are a couple of things that I've built here to include a pair of dwarven water reactors. So let's kind of talk about all of the water mechanics as we go, and I'll show these off because these are kind of cool. So first off, I have a channel here with a floodgate, and that's connected to a lever here. Pull the lever, and the floodgate's going to fill things. So I have this hole dug here just to ensure that I understand water pressure a little bit. So if all this is built right, this level here, up here, should not get flooded, because when you do a U-bend, so if we follow the water channel, it goes down these stairs, goes all the way down here, goes up here, and then pressure pushes it back up here until it comes out right here. So when you do a U-bend, that causes the Z level of the water to drop by 1. Has to do with like source blocks, that sort of thing. Another thing I have in here, but you can't see it, is there are stairs going up and down here. For some reason, when water passes through stairs, not only does that desalinate the water, like let's say if you're by an ocean, we're near salt water, but also removes any other contaminants from the water. Like let's say if something died up here and fell in. I mean, eventually the water pressure would push it all the way up to this grate, but this floor grate is here. So even building destroyers can't destroy floor grates when coming up from below, which is excellent. So this basically, it's sitting at the top of this stairway in the U-joint. This basically stops anything from getting in via my water system. This chamber here is a pressure regulator. I have 2 of them in this system. So what happens is it comes up here, and the further you drop water in a U-bend, the higher the pressure gets. And this pressure regulator, due to the way water propagates, it only propagates on north, south, east, west. When it squeezes through a corner like this, just like a dwarf can walk through here, for some reason in the code it resets the water pressure. I don't really have a huge understanding of that. So that sets the water pressure, so now water won't, in here, isn't going to rise above this level. So it's not going to come out here and flood here and become equal with the this, even though it shouldn't do that anyway. But I combined the 2 systems. So then the water's going to drop down in here, and it's going to go in here. It's going to hit a pressure. It's going to hit another pressure regulator. And then I have some more floodgates here. So these floodgates go to my water reactor. So this is water reactor 1, this water reactor 2. So what happens is when this floodgate is closed, and I'll explain where this goes a little bit later. When this floodgate is closed, I can open these floodgates, and it'll flood these rooms exactly to 7-7, which is where I need them to be. 7-7 being the deepest water can be in Dwarf Fortress. Then once it's full, I just close these floodgates, and I open this floodgate, which goes to the drain. So I had experimented here with having drains in here, but then I realized that because I can just drain this whole system here, I can just reopen these and let all the water out, which will drain the reactors anyway, if I need to do maintenance or anything. Like if these rocks ended up jamming my water wheels in my reactor, I could actually get them out of there. Right now they're forbidden. My dwarves won't touch them, so they won't actually go in this system. So let's follow this down. It goes to here, and then it just goes in a tunnel. As you can see, it's pushed a lot of rocks this way. Goes to a tunnel to the edge of the map. So you can't see it, but this is a damp claystone fortification. This is the edge of the map. I can't actually mine this out. However, I can smooth it and then put a fortification in there. And this fortification here, it's normally it's arrow slits, but you can actually pump water or magma through those. So, and because we can put those at the edge of the map, when water gets here to the edge of the map, it just drains off the map, basically. So this is the drain to our whole sewer system. It's always good to have a drain, because if you design something really badly, then you could flood your whole fortress. I have this built out away from the fortress and not part of the fortress, because it was a big experiment, and I'm really glad I was able to actually build this. So, you might be asking, what is a dwarven water reactor? So, first and foremost, let's just fill up our water system here. So let's let time pass. We've already got a pull lever. Let's make it so somebody does that a whole lot faster. I've got dwarves around, so somebody ought to come do it. Here we go. Now, this can open, water's going to flood in, and it's fine that it does that. Let's go down to our control room. Yeah. We can go ahead and I've named this lever sewer output. I can go ahead and pull this lever, and by pulling that, that's going to close this, and that'll allow this to just fill up. So this whole system here will fill up to 7-7, and I'm fine with that. So, here's how the dwarven water reactors work. I have a screw pump here, and these are channels here, here, and here. And so I fill this whole thing with water, and then this screw pump is actually pulling water through this hole in the floor, and it's splashing it, because this isn't channeled out, this is all on this level. It's splashing it here, and it's flowing down into the channels in here, which is turning the water wheels. The water wheels, in turn, are powering the screw pump. So each of these water wheels provides 100 power. This says total power 800 because there are 8 water wheels in this system. Um, so it so like because this water wheel is moving, it's powering the screw pump, which is moving the water, which continues to power the water wheel, which powers the screw pump. So it becomes a feedback loop. If you have too many of these, they can negatively affect your frame rate. So, and then these are connected through gear shafts and axles up here to this. This is the main power drive. This would go to whatever I want this to power, be it a mist generator, a magma pump stack, or just a bunch of millstones. If you can be creative, you can do stuff with this. So this has a total power of 800, but due to all the gears I have up here and all of the power needs of those gears with the power needs of the shafts, where the total power need is 135. So this is outputting 665 power. So I can do a lot with that, and you can just continue connecting these in series. I have another lever here. Let's go ahead and pull this one. This is the power disconnect. So that lever's connected up to this. So if somebody hits that lever eventually, there we go. That disconnects this gear. So now this gear is disabled. So anything after this gear, I've essentially shut off the reactor, or shut off the output of the power. So that's what I've learned about the water reactors and pressure and that sort of thing. Magma does not react the same. Magma does not have pressure. So magma's a lot more difficult to work with. But I can just this was kind of an experiment because this is how people generally build them. They never mirror them, so like they would have one like that and one like there. They would have parallel water lines. Because of water pressure and that sort of thing, if you keep pairing off the water lines, it takes forever to like build up a pressure like this. So I was wondering if I could run a series of reactors off of the same trunk line here. So, seeing that one is actually pretty bad. Let's let this run. Because if a water level is less than 1, that means it could evaporate, which means eventually this one might shut off. I don't see a 1 flashing in here as much as I do in here. But anyway, that's kind of a really quick explanation of combining a lot of the water mechanics here and experimenting with them to get a really, really cool machine. This makes me a lot more confident in moving water and using it in my fortress, because I'm gonna need to build a well for a hospital at some point. So anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. This is Arcurus, signing off.